To everyone out there saying that men have been oppressing women since the start of time, and we're living the patriarchy, and there's all kinds of toxic masculinity. Here's some facts for you. Over 90% of victims of violent crime are men. 75 to 80% of suicides worldwide are men. 93% of the prison population is men. Over 90% of deaths from drug overdose are men. If a man marries a woman with a university degree today and the marriage goes south, there's a 90 to 95% chance that it's the woman that filed for the divorce. When that divorce is finalized, it doesn't matter if the house and the car and all the assets was bought with the man's money. The woman's guaranteed to get at least half of it. The woman's almost guaranteed over 90% of the time to have custody of the children. The man becomes a part-time visitor. Perhaps once or twice a month. You're just a forgotten memory. 97% of alimony is paid from man to woman. By the age of 30, 63% of women today will be married. The number is 25% for men. If you look at home ownerships, look at anywhere in Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, China, South Korea, Japan, the home ownership for single woman versus single man is anywhere between 50% to 100% higher. If you want equality, let me ask you this. 99.9% of bricklayers are men. Over 90% of truck drivers are men. Over 90% of garbage collectors are men. Over 90% of workers that work in the sewage tanks are men. Over 90% of workers on oil rigs are men. Over 90% of construction workers, window cleaners for high-rise windows are men. Over 90% of plumbers are men. Over 90% of HVAC electricians are men. Over 90% of the homeless population is men. If a woman continues to make bad decisions and she ends up homeless, there are homeless shelters for women. There's no homeless shelters for men. Not for free, at least. Women, children are pets. They will always be loved unconditionally. If a woman goes on the street, she sees a street cat or street dog, she will say, "Oh, poor thing." And she'll probably go to a Walmart or a grocery store, spends, anywhere $5, $7, $10, and she'll buy some kind of a snack, a treat for the pet. If a woman sees a guy that's homeless, that's just struggling, he's no longer able to pay the bills due to a rapid inflation or losing his job, getting laid off. Maybe he was a former Marine, maybe he was ex-military, but things just have gotten down south. Maybe he was struggling with addiction, going through a divorce. And if a woman sees a guy on the street like that, she will never even look at him twice. She will think, "Oh my God, that guy is so disgusting. Why do we have these people in society? Why don't we just get rid of these men?" Women are being told from day one to hate men in our society. They're being indoctrinated in the school system starting from day one. They're being fed a lie. Did you know that historically speaking, it's estimated that upwards of 90% of women got to reproduce. That number is anywhere between 30 to 40% for men. Do you know why? Because most men died in battle. The ones that didn't, they were held as prisoners of war. They became slaves. They became eunuchs. They got castrated. They had to live without their manhood until their death. In my family, there has been over 20 divorces at least. That's just the ones that I know. You want to know something interesting? For example, my mom, she has been divorced 6 times. My sister twice. In every single one of these cases, it is the woman that filed for the divorce. For example, like my mom, her final divorce, her 6th one, she was the one who ended the marriage. Guess who gets to keep the house? My mom. Her ex-husband, he gets absolutely nothing. Yes, that's the patriarchy we live in. To all the women out there that keep saying that, "Oh, men are assholes, men are cheaters," they're going around sleeping with all these women that are just a bunch of players. Here I am. I'm a 31-year-old virgin. Never even been on a date. you have no idea what it's like to live as a man.